Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Mannery. This will be a home security app design walkthrough for TIAA. First, I will go ahead and talk about the questions that I had, some research that I wanted to consider, the user hypothesis that brought up into this project, and then the design process of this project. And then I want to display some lo-fi wireframes. Let's jump into it. Okay, so in this scenario, users will download a home security app shared across a household. So I have to design a solution that will support multiple user personas within a personalized home security experience. So within the discovery phase, I'm trying to figure out, with design thinking, who are the users? Who's going to be the admin? Who's going to be the secondary admin? Who's going to have that access to this app? In that discovery phase, I'm trying to find out the purpose of this app through research, and then I'm trying to figure out: is this a new product? Is this a current product that we're just adding features? So this is what we're trying to figure out now. Um, so what do we know? We know that the users are within the household. Okay, it's a family who all share this app and they want to be able to communicate to each other. Okay, but the question that I have is this a multi-family home with multiple generations? Is this one house, or are we able to access multiple houses? Some families own multiple homes, a primary, a secondary, even that Airbnb. And even if they have an Airbnb type of rental secondary home, say, what if is this app going to be allowed to have the Airbnb guests come onto their beach home and have that access to that to the home security when they come in? If they do, what kind of access are the secondary guests allowed to have? What kind of access? How much access? So these are just questions that I have with this with the app so far. All right, so let's move on to the research findings. What do we already know about the user's desires? They want personalization. They want to be able to customize their own profiles. And I want to think through what personalization features look like, which ones are useful, which ones are necessary. We don't want to crowd our app into having a bunch of features that really don't make sense, right? So we want to have this very clean, very simple, but only the necessary features that need to be added on for them to have those customizations for each particular member profile. All right, what else do we know? We know that the user emotions, we know that they want a peace of mind. They want to feel safe. They want to feel secure with this app. As a parent, we want our children to also feel safe, feel secure, and then even thinking through design thinking, how is my child allowed to notify a primary homeowner or the user, the primary user or the admin within the app? How are they able to notify them quickly? Do they use the app, or do they use some type of other synchronized device? Let's see what else with the key. As a user, the key motivations, they want the ability to have a centralized area to manage and to monitor the new security system, right? They also want the ability for the user to be able to interact with one another. I like the way that in our personalized homeowner security, like Ring, for example, I'm able to use my speaker and use my microphone to hear and to speak directly through a device that we have connected. So moving on to the research that I have considered. So with the research considerations, I'm thinking when I read inside of the research findings that there were 450 users surveyed, but I'm thinking how? I'm thinking, was it online? Was it remote surveys unmonitored? Was it in-person surveys that were monitored? Was it focus groups that were put together so that we can receive the in-depth feedback? I'm thinking, how many of the 450 individuals, how many of those were actually households, families? So I'm just curious about the breakdown there. I'm also curious about the collected data within the surveys. What questions were actually asked to these users, and then what other qualitative research methods were collected or completed before we even do additional research. I was even considering competitors. What makes a competitor? Do these competitors have multi-user access? And if so, what does that infrastructure look like? Do these competitors, are they able to manage and monitor in one centralized place? Do these competitors have those features where the user are able to interact with one another within the platform? Some competitors that I researched very quickly was SimpliSafe, CPI, Ring, Brink and Blink for home. And now I'm moving forward with the user hypothesis, right? So I'm pulling from the user key motivations and the user desires, and I'm turning that into a hypothesis or a problem statement, or a how might we type of question. So the how might we type of question is the how might we design a home security app that allows the user to create and manage user profiles for different members of the household so that each of the users can have a personalized home security experience. So I came up with the MVP, design a solution for the user to create and manage the user profiles for different members of the household. I'm trying to still figure out who is the admin. So the primary, I'm breaking it down into different types of groups. So the primary homeowner has the access. They are the admin, the homeowner. So for this particular group, I want to customize and alert the settings to receive notifications that are relevant to each user, allowing the homeowner or every household member to receive and access and have the shareability for each device within that app. Then there's also another group, which is all the members who are not the admin. They also have that centralized user management where they're able to alarm and disalarm the security system within. There probably could be a zoning preference. It just depends. They're able to view live feeds from the security cameras, receive the alerts if there is an intruder within the restricted area, and then alert notifications from the property entrance, like the front doors, the back doors, the side doors, the garages, even the gates, the front gates, the side gates, the back gates, and etc., etc. So I'm also thinking too, like even after the MVP, what else can we add post launch? There was like a two-part question in the research findings. So the ability for the users to interact with one another within the digital platform. Okay, that can be audio and voice, which is the microphone and the speaker, have that capability within the app. Well, it depends on the home security devices too that are integrated within the app. And then also it depends on, are these devices, are they even intelligent enough to have that synchronized capability. So sharing alerts with others in the household as well is an important enhancement that can take place after the first launch. I'm also thinking too, like the live video streaming. So the app could allow the users to stream live videos within the security of the home. It could check on their children while they are away, depending on if that camera device is inside of the home. Some people don't have cameras within inside of the home because of other security issues or security breaches with data leaks. So some families don't like the cameras to be inside of the homes, but a lot of families do have cameras outside of the homes to protect what's within. So there can be a streaming capability to have inside and outside to look at the cameras, voice control, and then that integration with other smart home devices like the Alexas, the Googles, the Siris. Perfect. So I just explained pretty much the design process and the strategy that I'm going with this. I've explained the MVP, like just what is the main focus here for this first launch. Now I'm going to move into pretty much the lo-fi wireframes, right? I got out my handy dandy my mobile app book here, and I started, just pencil to paper. And let's see what we have. All right, so design decisions. Let's talk about this lo-fi wireframe. Let me zoom in really quick. All right, so the login is pretty standard. You have your logo at the top, email, username, password, and this just depends if they have already have an account, they can log in or they can sign up and then reset the password, of course. Or we can do the touch if it's a iOS. Touch to sign in. Then we're moving on to the primary, the admin. Here is where they have the profile photo here. Of course, the hamburger style type of navigation. At the bottom, we have our alerts, we have our profiles, and then we can go home. I wanted to display the members management section where we have probably the admin, then the shared admin, and then we have, it said in the research findings that it's typically, it ranges like 5 members to a household. So we have child 1, child 2, child 3, and of course they're going to be older siblings, like the teenagers of the home. And then we can toggle yes or no if we want to have this to be shared. Adding an additional icon here for adding a member. What does that adding member looks like? Moving on to here, adding the member, you have your member details here, but we can also edit the name, the device, if we want to grant them that access, and then upload a photo, and then we can create the profile here. And then there's a lot of opportunities we can go here. We can create create the infrastructure, and then it syncs to the child's phone. And then there's also opportunities here. Once we sync it, the child 2 can open it up in their app and then make their own modifications to their profile however they would like, considering the admin giving that access, of course. And then also once we sync it, what does that look like? The member can use the Bluetooth functionality if both devices are near each other. And then what does that member dashboard look like once they log in? They're going to see multiple alerts, but of course, all uniform. It's the front door, the back door, the gate access, and these are live feeds here. And then here's some more opportunity. Say we are in the Child's 2 members dashboard, and there's an alert that's coming up. So they log in, they see what's going on at the front door. 9:13 a.m. Nobody is supposed to be at the front door. Everybody's probably work or school, whichever one. So the child sees, I guess they're home alone, whatever the scenario is. They want to lock the door and turn on the floodlights, right? They want to sound the alarm, and then they want to alert their parent. This could be an opportunity for or a safe space for child number 2 to reach out to their parent if they're feeling unsafe, and right through the app they're able to notify an admin user. They're able to use these icons at the bottom here and talk through the front door, see what's going on, view the live feed, and then go home from here. All right, let's see what else. Moving on to my thank you slide. Thank you so much, TIA, for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.